Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here today. We're going to take another look at KuCoin, and just before we do, we'll look at Bitcoin, kind of see what's going on there. It doesn't really matter, honestly, too much compared to what KuCoin's doing, right? But I think it's important to understand just generally what Bitcoin, how Bitcoin's behaving, right? So if we take a quick look at the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin, you can see it's trying to work its way back up, but it keeps testing 56,000. So with these long candle wicks here, you can see there's a bit of indecision. It wants to go one way or the other. I wouldn't say it's manipulation per se, but just large amounts of volume being purchased and or sold. So that being said, Bitcoin's in pretty good shape here, all things considered, but I feel like it's kind of trending downwards, and we might see a potential descending wedge breakdown, or in other words, a breakout to the downside, just based on the fact that it keeps working itself into a smaller little channel here, and that could signal that we might see the price go further down. Again, not sure 100%. The key takeaway here is that the simple moving average, which commonly works as a descending wedge type of scenario, it's actually going almost concurrent with it. So right, if I remove that, the moving average is pushing the price down. So it could push the price down even further, or it could do the inverse and just break right straight through. So I would say that depending on how the price action responds to the 4-hour simple moving average 50 is an important indication of where the price is going to be trending soon. Okay, so let's pay attention to that. I would say in the next 8 to 10 hours, we'll probably understand what that looks like. No, actually more like 12 to 24 hours, because it has a little bit more time to mature if the price keeps going down. So we'll see what happens there, but all in all, that is the state of Bitcoin right now. Now we can see pretty much the opposite state of the nation here for KuCoin, which is excellent to see, right? So hopefully some of you got in around 10, 15, 20 cents, bought the dip, so to speak, and been holding ever since. Some of you I know are staked and you're stuck in your position for a couple more days. Some of my members actually shared that with me. Brian, you know what I'm talking about. Now with KuCoin here, oh, sorry, before we do take a look at that, just note, not a financial advisor, right? I do this for educational purposes because I truly do love teaching people how to become better traders, right? I've got a trading community for that, design purpose, and I do share signals for every single trade that I take. So you can learn how to kind of structure your trades effectively, right? That's the whole purpose there. So taking a look here, of course, at KuCoin. Let's go ahead and jump right into the one-day chart and work our way down. And I used to say that there's no straight lines in trading, right? Well, the last 4 days have proven me wrong. Now let's take a look at this here. I just want to throw this out here. TD sequential, when you hit a 9, you're supposed to see a reset or state of consolidation, right? So we saw TD sequential count to a 9 here, and it went sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, test the resistance, and continue to blast through. So we saw 8 days of bullish momentum from Crow. Sorry, 8 days of consolidation after a 9-day period of bullish momentum. That's the way it's supposed to work. Here, we hit a 9 right here, so the price should have went sideways, down, or just sideways, consolidate, and then leg up. Instead, it keeps going up. Now, that's not great in the sense that the higher you go, the harder you fall, right? So it's kind of the same thing, with a big person, for example, they're going to probably fall a lot harder than a smaller person. It's just kind of the general sense of the way things go. The higher it goes up, the harder it's going to come down. Now, that's not always 100% true with the fundamentals. Keep that in mind. But I'm just telling you, traditionally, any type of trading, right? So if you just look at the charts alone and you don't do any fundamental analysis, you're going to see the price come down soon. It's just that natural law, that natural gravity. This is defying all those laws, which is all well and good, but just note that that is still a potential factor. Okay, I just want you to know that. And we're right now in 3 days of extreme overtime. In the last 3 days, the price has increased 45%, which is unheard of considering how high it is already, if that makes any sense, right? So just like to throw that out there so you understand that the technical data here is effectively contradicting the price action. So taking a look at our side, anything over 80 is usually cause for concern on the one-day chart. We're at about 92, okay? So it has to come down, it has to slow down soon. I don't foresee this going up much higher. Again, I hope I'm wrong. I've been wrong plenty of times recently with this guy here, and that's okay. What I want to do is give you the fundamentals so you understand, the fundamentals of trading, not necessarily what KuCoin is, because we all kind of, I think you probably understand that by now if you've done your research. But what I'm getting at is that Crow is defying all the laws of trading. If we look at TD sequential here, we keep seeing these little resets, but they're not long enough to have that good, healthy consolidation, right? Now, don't get me wrong, this is a healthy bull run. This is very healthy, right? We're seeing a staircase pattern. It's just extremely overextended on the one-day chart, and that's my biggest concern. All right, enough soapbox for me. Let's just go ahead and look at the numbers and call it a day here. So Taking a look at the simple moving averages, right? Price is moving up with it. That's all well and good. We could see the 50 work as a support level soon, but for right now, it doesn't really matter. RSI is up over 70 here, and typically when the 70, we got 70 on the RSI on the 4-hour chart, that is usually a concern for me because it does come down. If you've seen in the past, anytime it comes up over 70, it will effectively come back down and retrace. It hasn't done that yet, right? It's only consolidated. We've seen no retracement. That leads me to believe we might see some type of increase in retracement soon, but it's hard to say specifically, again, with where the volume distribution is here for KuCoin. If there's a large amount of investors controlling Crow, then we can expect that to happen. However, if the people, so to speak, are controlling this coin, then we won't see as much manipulation. Okay, so not sure where to find that information, but if you do have that info, feel free to share. And let's go ahead and take a look at the, let's look at the 1-hour chart and see what the cloud's telling us here. All right, so typically with the cloud, how it works is when you're above the cloud, it's more so considered a buy signal, right? Not necessarily you have to take entry, but just the fact that it's more okay to take entry when it's above than it's below, because it's that momentous indication, right? So we've been above the cloud the entire time. That's great. This baseline has to always be below the conversion line. So the baseline's below the conversion line, so therefore we still have a buy signal. Furthermore, we have this lagging span that hasn't intersected with the price action yet, and it probably won't for another 12 to 24 hours. So we still have a buy signal, right? So if you're going to consider any type of momentous indication right now, that would be the one to look at because it's telling us we don't need to exit our position yet. Okay, now bear in mind, Ichimoku Cloud is very conservative in the sense of the fact that it likes to make sure that you enter when the bulls are in control and you exit when the bears start taking control. So it's very good about getting you in while the stream is moving in the same direction, and when it starts to shift, it wants to get you out. That's the concept. So when these two intersect, we're looking to get out. In other words, when the conversion line intersects with the baseline, that would be an indication of a sell signal. And when this comes and intersects with the price, that's also a sell signal. We're far away from both of those at this present time, so I would not be surprised if Pro just keeps on going up. At this point, I don't see that happening. But if you look back here, just for example, you can see where this conversion line came into play here. That was an indication of a sell signal because look, you see the price went down and retraced 2 Fibonacci retracement levels. We haven't seen that happen yet. So in essence, we are still in a good shape to consider holding our positions for Crow. Okay. So I think at this point, I would say that $1 is very realistic here in the next 24 hours. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and look at the big picture and see what's going on by reestablishing some Fibonacci retracement levels. So we just got to find more recent low. We'll go with this guy here. We'll see kind of where we're at. So as we can see, the previous resistance here down around 59 cents is pretty much reaffirmed by that Fibonacci retracement level, effectively right at the same point. So this is nice. This basically gives us a good indication that we're on the right track. And then furthermore, we can see here, better case scenario for KuCoin, and this would be what roughly, this is about 8 trading days it's taken. So KuCoin has taken, in 8 trading days, it's increased its price by 149%. So to get that same amount of distance, that same amount of growth, not exactly the same percentile because it diminishes as you get higher, what that'll do is that would put us at a, let's see here, I'll pull this guy up here. It gives us about a 56% further return from where we're at right now, right? Or sorry, 58%. And that would put us at $1.54. So $1.54 is likely within the next 8 trading days. Okay. I think $1 is probably more realistic in the immediate future because that's only 4 cents away. Obviously, it's easy to predict that if it just keeps going. But big picture, 154 would be a target. That's a very realistic target for KuCoin to hit, considering it has this healthy bull run. We have all the green indications on the Ichimoku Cloud, which to me is probably the most impactful indicator here for momentum. And we are well above both moving averages. The only major concern that I have is on the 1-day chart. We are in an extreme state of exhaustion, right? So the 1-day candlestick is basically telling us, hey, we should have retraced by now and we haven't yet. There's that, right? So that's the little thing hanging over our heads there. But that really honestly doesn't matter in cryptocurrency. A lot of times that type of exhaustion has no bearing when we have these healthy continuation patterns, right? So this is more of a momentum play, not necessarily a retracement play. So I can confidently say that we're probably going to hit the next profit target about $1.11 here in the relative near future, which would put us at what, let's just say hypothetically we continue on. We're looking at maybe about a 15% gain here. So I'll take a closer look at the Ishimoku cloud and kind of see what's going on there. That would be the thing to really pay attention to make sure you understand where it's going. But this does have all the healthy indications of a good continuation. So I don't see any reason why it will slow down. Again, until we see the Ishimoku cloud give us those triggers, I'll pay close attention to that. And then obviously, once we hit a state of exhaustion, which we've hit already about 3 trading days ago, right? So hopefully you found benefit here and you understand what I'm trying to communicate. To summarize, 154 would be a best case scenario in the next 8 to 10 trading days. So month end, it is likely to see 150 from KuCoin. I think big picture, year end, we're going to probably see $2, $3, $4, something crazy and outlandish just based on that simple fact alone. So hope you found benefit here. Of course, if you do, like, subscribe if you haven't already. Consider joining my Patreon community if you want to become a better trader and effectively benefit from signals that I send where you can learn how to structure your trades more effectively. Thanks again for your time. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.